Hi, Mike here with another bike maintenance video for the home mechanic. This time it's on how to restud tires. In this case, it's fat bike tires for my Rocky Mountain Suzy Q. And basically it's quite simple. It just takes a bit of time, but doesn't require much in terms of equipment. Essentially you need a stud removal tool, like this one, which I got, which is Terrain, but 45 North sells them, as well as a lot of other companies. They're not expensive. And only other thing is studs. So I have here two options, both by 45 North, and these are both bottles of 300 studs. One is marked XL concave studs, and the other is just concave studs. The XL is just a bit beefier, a bit heavier. It actually doesn't look that much different, but volume-wise, there's a difference. As you can see, the XL here is almost to the top of the container, and this one here is only like half filled. So, and they both have 300. In any case, I'm not sure how much difference is between the two. I'm going to try a slightly lighter one because I plan to use them for racing, but I'm sure either's fine. So that's pretty much it for the tools that you need. So I've had these studded tires for one full season now, and I looked at them a couple weeks ago, and they're probably about 3/4 worn, 2/3 to 3/4 worn. So I thought I'd replace them at the start of the season. Actually, I ran them a lot on the road last week, which basically killed them entirely. And here you can see the difference between the two. Hopefully you can see the difference between the two. So this one here, obviously is the new stud, and this one here is the worn one. So you can see the worn one, the actual concave stud portion is almost worn down to the ridge of the mount. So it's definitely in need of replacement. So in terms of how to remove studs, if you have existing studs on them, obviously if you have a tire that can be studded, then you're just going to have empty gaps here and you just need to put the new studs in. But in my case, I want to remove the old ones, of course, and removing them is the same process as installing them, except reverse. Basically, you want to put the stud tool in on top of the stud. You want to give it a twist, maybe a few twists. Try to turn it at a 45-degree angle and pull out. And it comes out just like that. Yeah. So that can be thrown out. And then to install the new stud, like I said, it's just a reverse process. Put in the stud tool, enter at 45-degree angle, give it a few turns, and finish pulling it out at a perpendicular angle. So do that, 45-degree angle, then perpendicular, give it a few turns, and you should look to make sure that the base of it is seated far enough, and in this case it is, so that one's good to go. And that's all there is to it. If the tires are too cold, it might be a bit tougher, so you might want to do it at room temperature. And you can also play around with the amount of tire pressure. You know, in this case, I got probably 5 or 6 PSI in the fat tires, and it's fine. You just want enough to resist it a bit when you push in. And that's it. And then you go through, do the whole tire, and you're good to go. No need to replace the tire, obviously, if it's in good shape. And most likely you're going to get a lot more life out of your tire than the studs. So replacing the studs is a cheap way to go. Only thing I'll mention about the studs is both of these are concave, carbide concave studs. You can also get less expensive ones that are not concave. Many of them are non-branded, or some cheaper varieties that predominantly come from China. And they work as well. They just don't work quite as well in that they don't cut into the ice as much because they don't have the sharp concave edge to them. But of course, any studs on ice is better than no studs. So that's it for another bike maintenance video tutorial, and go and get these out when the snow comes down and check them out. So until next time, happy rolling.